So, did you write the screenplay for The Blood of Heroes, aka The Salute of Jugger, in the 70s? And if so,
Yes.
I'd like to know where the inspiration for the film came from.
Well, I think some of it was generated from, now let me be very clear. I'm talking about the short story that was published, I think, in Esquire. I may be wrong, but it a published short story, Rollerball. And this is long before the movie came out, but it was a terrific short story, and it kind of energized me and got me thinking that way. And so I started writing, and in the first versions of Salute of the Jugger, the Juggers had, some of them had rusted prosthetic arms, like old steel arms and stuff, and they had, at least one position had a tiger on a leash, right? That was one of his weapons, and the other team obviously had another animal. So it inspired me to start working on it, and eventually it turned into what is Salute of the Jugger, and this was in the 70s.
Interesting, and also, so now, have you seen a film called Quintet? It's a post-apocalyptic science fiction.
I know of it, and I think I might have seen it. When did it come out?
That was in the 70s, actually, and that was with Paul Newman.
Really?
Yeah, it shares a lot. It shares a lot of similarities because it's sort of.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like it revolves around a fictional sort of post-apocalyptic game.
No, I remember hearing about it and hearing about the subject, and I just don't remember the movie. I think I'd already written Jugger at that time, but I'm not sure. So I don't know. But it certainly, I don't remember it. I just remember that it was there and that it was supposedly had a similar subject, and I just don't remember if I ever saw it or not.
And that came out. So I mean, that came out in 1979 anyway. So that you had written it before.
Okay, well that didn't. No, I'd already written Salute of the Jugger before it came out. Now that I'd written it before they wrote it, right? Because it takes a while to get a movie to come out. But I never saw it or heard of it until I'd already written Jugger. I'm pretty sure.
Interesting, very interesting. I mean, I would recommend watching it again if you get a chance.
I will.
I will. And was it always, I mean, was it always, were you always, did you always want to direct the film? Was it always your aspiration?
Well, it was a film I thought possibly to direct, but I was more interested in that time in writing films, so I just went on to the next one. That I kept on writing and editing. I was still making a living as an editor in the late 70s. Film editor.
That's right. The Days of Trinity, and
yeah, that came up then.
And then also as well, I think. I mean, can you describe your experience of filming in Coober Pedy, Australia?
Okay. By the way, when you ask about, I'm sorry, let me go back
sure.
just a little here.
Sure.
When you ask about kind of the inspiration, the story Rollerball was an inspiration, although I didn't like the part about the business part of it. But the other big inspiration was Rocky, and the film Rocky was more about the endurance and the courage and the punishment he took than about his skill. And also the makeup was incredible at the time. I mean, he really looked like he'd been had the shit beaten out of him. And I thought, okay, this is going to be a makeup film, and it's going to be, people are going to be amazed, and it's going to, I thought it was going to be. What I was writing was a big hit. Now, obviously, it didn't get made for many years, and then it had me as a director and so on. But at the time, I thought, oh, this is going to be hot. You always think that when you're starting a script. And Rocky and Rollerball played roles in that.